Last time we worked on the RSX, we unfortunately hit a stopping point as some of our power steering lines were seized into our rack. Today we're going to be cutting those lines and removing the entire steering system so we can take a look at our options moving forward. There's the OEM hydraulic power steering, there's electronic power steering, and there's no power steering. We have plenty of options, but we're going to get to that in a little bit. For now, let's get to work. Alright guys, task number 1 for today is going to be our lines way down in there. Those are the guys that got all seized up on us. Alright guys, so with both lines cut, we're ready to move to the other side, get that bracket stuff undone, and the steering rack should come right on out. There are a few quick tricks that I do want to show you guys in case you're doing this yourself though. First is if you don't have a filter on your intake, you probably want to tape it off real quick just so that you don't get any extra debris up into your intake pipe. And the second thing is you're going to want a drain pan underneath your steering rack here because you are going to lose some fluid and you don't want that all over your driveway or garage floor. Up next guys, we're going to come on over into the passenger side and get all this stuff undone up under here, and the rack should come right on out. Alright, so now I'm really glad we're doing this because this side is just about as gross, if not worse, than the first. So now that we got our plastic cover off, we can see what we're working with, and it is not good. We're going to clean this, and then we're going to remove these 2 bolts that are up front here. And then there's going to be 2 more deeper down on in there as well. I think there might be 1 more after that, but we'll see as we go.
So I'm going to turn it up and towards you, I would say.
So here's our sway bar and brackets, nice and crusty. And the steering rack as well over here. So here are the lines that we cut. I'm going to cut this one here, and this one should be good actually. I'm going to throw an impact on there, and hopefully they come out so we can reuse the rack. If not, we'll probably end up picking a refurbished one up or go to an EP3 rack. Up next, we're going to be taking a look at some of the power steering lines that are left in the car, the ones that we cut, because we're going to need to remove those. After that, we're going to have a pretty good look at the areas that we need to refinish and also that hole that we need to drill out too. That'll be a great point as well to talk about the different options we're going to have for steering going back into the car.
Have like O'Reilly Auto Parts do it for a day, just fuck with people, but record it. That'd be funny as hell, huh?
Lady.
What year it is. I wouldn't let my grandmother drive that.
In fact, I think my grandmother does drive that.
That would be funny though. Just film the expression on people's faces, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, that would be fun.
Alright guys, so everything we had on our list to remove from the RSX today is removed. Now there are a couple steering options for what can go back into this car when it's ready, but I'm not sure what I want to pick yet. I'm going to walk you guys a little bit around the engine bay and kind of explain each option, and I'm going to have you guys help me choose. So option number 1 is going to be to restore and refurbish our stock steering option, which is a hydraulic power steering system. This would involve cleaning the pump up, maybe adding a new pulley, maybe a new reservoir as well, and then we'd want to add all the lines that we pulled out of the car back in today and back down into the firewall. Now option number 2 would be a power steering delete, which means that we'd be able to get rid of all of this, making for a much cleaner look in the engine bay. I believe we'd run a different serpentine belt or a dummy pulley, something to do with deleting a pulley or making room for that power steering pump, and the engine bay would just look a whole lot cleaner. Obviously the negative here is it would make the car really hard to turn at slow speeds. Now option number 3 would be to replace the rack with a Honda Civic EP3 rack. Now the reason this works is because the EP3 SI came with electronic power steering, which doesn't have any power steering lines or fluid. There's some sort of electric contraption that attaches here to the EP3 rack, and there is a way to install it. It involves wiring into your ECU harness, and I'm really not that good with wires. I have to say, if it wasn't for the wiring and the price point, this would be the best option, but I'm really not confident. Obviously, I'm not sure which option I'm gonna go with, so make sure you guys leave a comment down below if you have an RSX or DC5 and let me know. Since we've completed everything I wanted to get done on the RSX today, I think it's time to clean the garage and maybe enjoy some family time as well. You look so sad.
Yeah, I just died.
Oops.
No, it was my fault.
No, it was my fault. Let's be real.
No, I jumped into a team. My squad didn't follow me.
I definitely distracted you.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
I was already down.
I
You
definitely
already
distracted you.
No, you did not.
Right. I've only been around for a year.
They're in here telling me my camera's too small.
Too small.
Too small.
No.
So I just finished editing the vlog and I wanted to take a quick second to say thank you to anybody who made it this far. Now, as I said in the video, I'm still not sure exactly which steering system I want to go with the RSX. We have electronic, we have hydraulic, and we have no power steering. So let me know if you guys have experience with any of those three, especially on an RSX or DC5 down in the comments below. Again, guys, I genuinely appreciate it if you made it this far. Feel free to leave a like down below if you did enjoy the video, subscribe for more just like it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.